Babies, when they know that someone is this one, they know it's come.
He would remove his diaper, pull on the chair. See, if you don't eat stale food, yeah, you cannot have anything in common.
My own 2016,
2017.
2017, 2018, early 2018, and 2019.
Ah!
Welcome back to my channel, and if you are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Aisha. I'm a YouTuber based in Abuja, Nigeria. And you can see I'm not the only one here today. I have a very pretty face. You guys,
Hi guys.
she's so pretty.
Stop it.
Her name is Genevieve. Our channel on YouTube is Gist with Genevieve. You guys, if you don't know her channel, please go and check it out. She talks about everything. Motherhood, skincare. Her skin is like glass. As you used to think that I have a good skin, you've not met her. You've not met her. Her skin is beautiful.
Thank you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
my
so
channel.
much. Thank you guys. Hi guys. Nice to meet all of you. Thank you so much for having me here. I really feel blessed, to be here.
You see, guys, can you hear that? Please welcome her in the comment section. Storm her page, go and subscribe, you guys, because you will not regret it. You really like her. She has really lovely kids. She's a mom of 3. Oh God.
Thank you, Aisha.
She's raising the bars for all of us here, but that's right.
Why are you being humble? Why are you being humble? Thank you.
You guys, so I'll be asking her some questions concerning motherhood life and all of that, because she's a mom of 3, just like myself. So we kind of agree on that.
Yes, we have a lot of things.
So we have a lot of things in common. So we'll be doing that. And if it's something you enjoy to watch, as it's something you would even love to watch, please keep on watching, guys. Okay. So I have my questions on this phone. You guys know this phone already. If you don't know this phone already, this is the phone I used to use. I'm always looking at it. So I have my questions here, and I'm going to be asking her. It's going to be like a conversation, because it's interesting that way. So my first question is, what has been the hardest period of motherhood for you, and how did you deal with it?
All right. The hardest period for me was when I had my last child.
Okay.
So I believe so much in supernatural childbirth. So I had my first baby, easy breezy. I didn't even know that. It didn't feel like I had a baby.
Okay.
Sharp.
Fast,
second one.
I can relate.
Second one entered. I had that one. It didn't really feel like I had a baby, but for my third child, it was different. I was helped by God, definitely, but it was different. My body felt different. I felt a different kind of pain. Everything was different. For the very first time, I had my blood pressure up.
Oh wow.
After childbirth. That's the very first time I ever had my blood pressure up. Was after I had my last child. It was tough. Okay, so the baby overstayed 42 weeks. It was a very big baby.
Guys, I'm learning. I think that my 2 boys came after 41 weeks. So I thought
it was 42 weeks, and she was an extremely large baby, 4.2 kg, and I pushed. So by the time the baby was out,
you were exhausted, tired. Please start sharing one in the comment section for this one. She's a strong woman.
So 2 weeks after I had because my father died before the baby came.
Wow.
My mom,
really exhausted.
I was exhausted. My mom also couldn't even stay very long for Mugo. So she came at 40 weeks. She said she was going to spend just 2 weeks.
And baby
did not come.
Baby, when they know that someone is this one, they don't come.
So baby did not come. So she was already saying that she wants to go and all. So she just waited, and I had the baby. 2 weeks after I had the baby, she said she had to go. My mom left. I had a nanny then. Immediately my mom left on the Sunday. The next day, my nanny stood behind me. Madam, that she's going.
And she saw that the work was too much for her.
Hey!
That's where they are now. When they sense work is about to start, they will jack back.
I was so devastated. So you can imagine I'm breastfeeding my 1-month-old baby.
You have 2 other ones.
And the second one will remove his diaper and pull on the chair, because he was in between potty training and that we're still trying to potty train him and all. He has not gotten there.
Potty training.
Potty training. So So he would remove his diaper, pull on the chair, and I'm holding this one. I'm trying to hold this one from making a mess with the poop. Aisha, I suffered.
Oh wow.
I suffered. I just thank
Without
God
help.
without help.
It's terrible.
So I just thank God that I have a husband that understands these things and
Yeah, it's hands
helps
on.
and helps.
God bless men that would
I'm
help,
telling
because
you.
sincerely, this part of the world, some men feel like not being helpful is they are being
King.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense,
A
really.
man that will help his wife is the king.
So I thank God that I also had people around, sisters in church. I had to call them to come and help me pick up the boys at least. You get so having 3 children is not being so.
It's work.
It's a lot of
And now
work
you're not doing it alone, no help. With a
without
newborn
help with a
baby.
newborn baby. So I suffered. Oh, I suffered. And it was so hard. So I don't. Motherhood is sweet, but it can be very tough. So for me, this was the toughest. That was the toughest time. That was just the height
I
of.
think I experienced mine too last year.
Okay.
Was it last year? Last year, the long vacation, I didn't have help. I didn't have, it was
With
help.
3 children.
And I had visitors
Long
that she
vacation.
came with her kids as well. When she got there, I told her that number one, there will not be regular food. Number two, everybody should handle their children, I beg you. Because I was exhausted. That was the time that I had like 20 helps in like 6 weeks. That vacation was hell. Is it agent money?
Agent money. You pay agent, you don't test.
See, it's hard. Motherhood. We'll keep pushing. We'll get there. We're almost there. At least we are striving. We are doing it.
Yeah.
But that help is necessary. You can't do it alone. Okay.
Very.
The next question is: what is your favorite go-to recipe that is easy for a busy mom with a big family? Necessarily doesn't have to be food. Something that you know that will just help you.
Stew.
Yes.
See, once you have stew,
You have everything.
you have everything.
Yes.
Stew, you have jollof rice. Stew, you have spaghetti bolognese. Stew, you have yam and stew. Stew, you have if you have
Stew and spaghetti.
Stew and spaghetti. Stew and rice. Stew macaroni. Stew.
Everything. Stew.
So what I can do for them is I can just make a generic stew and tomato sauce with tomato sauce, and I will have chicken, beef. I grill chicken. I have fish grilled. I have beef. I have goat meat. If you want your stew to be goat meat stew,
No.
I have goat meat stock. I add it small and put your goat meat there. You have goat meat. It works. If you want it to be chicken, I put your chicken. Put chicken stock. You have it there in the freezer. Like see, if you don't eat stale food, yeah, you cannot have anything in common. If you are,
what's the meaning of stale food? I don't get that. Food that has inside food that is stale.
It's stale. I don't know.
It's fresh.
It's fresh.
Me, in my house, my children, their local children, they like swallow. And they like _ewedu and okra.
Okra draw.
That soup, you can never find it and not sit in my freezer in different parts. I cook it and put it there. Ewedu soup, if I'm not in this house for 2 days, my children will be fine.
Of course.
Stew is important.
Stew. And for school, stew is everything. Even if you want to use stew to do beans porridge, you can use it. It's porridge. So stew is one thing. It was even what helped me self. But that once I don't have help, the only thing my husband can do for me, hold the baby for me, let me do my bulk cooking. Yeah. Once I do, it's stressful to do bulk cooking. But once I'm done with bulk cooking, you're done. I can have 4 soups in the freezer.
People are done.
Soups are ready.
Whenever I'm cooking like everything, I have those takeaways, those strong takeaways. I have them for sure. I
use a fan ice. That's fan ice cream pack.
Are you serious?
Because I buy a lot of it at home.
It needs to go extra.
No, just normal fan ice cream pack. Fan ice now, ice cream.
Me, I like putting it
in small bits.
What they take once, that's what they're using.
It's not going back to that going back. Oh yes, that's another very good one, because that defrosting, towing it and putting it back,
it makes it lose taste. So I always do small portion.
Yes.
When I put inside this thing, that's what you are taking. I make sure that is what is going to be enough.
Finish it, yes.
Once. And if not, if it's remaining to be small, not enough that will now come and warm it again.
Stew does Stew does the magic. Stew everywhere. Stew.
Next question is, what is the best advice for little ones, and what was your favorite thing about having little kids? Like, what's your favorite thing about having little kids, and what's your advice for parents or moms with little children?
So
Wait, for reference, tell us your children's age.
Okay.
You know that she's experienced. I told you guys.
So my first child is 5, my second is 3, and the last one is a year and 6
Like,
months.
it's them very well.
And this was 2017, 2019, 2021.
And 2 years, almost 2 years.
Well, you calculating it like this, yes.
My own 2016,
2017.
2018, early 2018, and 2019.
Ah! Oh my God! This one, we have a lot of things I appreciate about how old these kids are. You know, when you have your children and they are still in your hands, some people will say, okay, first of all, let me start from pregnancy. You know how life, we are at a particular stage and you look forward to the next stage. When you're pregnant, I beg, when am I going to put to bed? You know, I keep saying enjoy pregnancy, because once you put to bed, your life changes.
Yeah.
Once you put to bed, don't also start complaining about how the child is demanding and all. Enjoy that child. The first 6 weeks, the child is calm.
That's
Enjoy
the calmest. That's the babies I like
calmness
the most.
So just like it's the same thing. It's easier. The stage where you find yourself is the easiest. Wherever you are right now,
Harder.
it's easy. It gets harder. So before you know it, you're talking about school run. Talking about
the girl will come and tell you that he likes the boy.
like, do you understand? So where you are is the safest place. Is you get the child at where you want the child to be. You instill values you want to instill in that. It's not even time for you to, hey, I know it's difficult not to lash out. See, if you reach you to lash out, lash out. If you reach you to yell, yell. But if you've gotten yourself to know that I'm a human being, I yell and I retrieve my steps and I continue with no yelling parenting, you're on the right track, you're doing the right thing. But it's a different thing. But no yelling parenting is good. You know, my first son told me one day, I was talking, he said, Mommy, why are you shouting?
They told me several times.
So why are you shouting? You know you can actually talk to me.
You know I can. My daughter said, Mommy, but you know I can hear you. I mean, you know I can hear you
without shouting. Do you understand?
I'm a Yoruba mom. I told her that.
So this children,
I will give this slap. It's me that you're telling that you know I can. I thought your hair is paining you.
Growing up, when I grew up, and you
know that because of the way we are training them to say their opinion, to voice out,
it's difficult for you to yell parents.
You cannot be biased. You're not telling them to voice out. So when they tell you you swallow. You have to calm down. You have to calm down.
You really have to. And if we are raising our children with conversation, it's easier for you.
Yes.
See, some of the relationship that I had that I wasn't able to share with my mom was because my mom made me to understand that there is a rock.
Yes.
There was this type of parenting that they used. In fairness to them, they were doing their best.
That is the way they know how to do it. We know better now.
Yes, we know better.
We know we can be parents and we can still be their
friends. So I will advise any new mom to enjoy the stage you find your kids right now. If you can be able to play with them in the sand, play with them.
If you can be able to roll, you can do piggyback,
do anything you can do horseback riding.
Because
do it.
You know that on Monday when I took my kids to school, I went to my son's class. That's 𝐤𝐨𝐬𝐤 is 4.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I love you. Telling him I love you, but I was doing it. I was like, at a point, this boy will be ashamed that I'm doing this to him in class.
Of course, he will be ashamed of it very soon. We will grow, but you're enjoying it now.
Yes.
Do you get? So you have to also know when to stop. So that's the thing.
Yes.
You have to know that. I beg, Mommy, you're doing gum body. So this is a time when you can do gum body with them. Once they get to teenagers and all, they're becoming shy and all. They will separate.
Even my daughter, 6-year-old.
So they will separate from you. They want to separate from you at that point. Give them the space or still be their friends. Before you know it, it's 5 years, it will pass. They'll become young adults. They will want you again.
Yeah, it's stages.
It's stages. So it's about understanding where you are and enjoying that stage. So
that's true. That's true, guys. Hope you are jotting things down. Can you see she's dropping points? Jot things down. Best advice on motherhood you have ever received?
When I early this year, I wanted to start. I felt like I was missing out on a lot of things with my career, and I wanted to start looking for a job. I wanted to get back to the market. So I was discussing with a career mentor of mine. So she advised me not to go back to the to career. She asked me if I was done having kids. I said no. She said continue having kids, finish having your kids, and raise your children. In fact, she was the one that made me to understand what I was enjoying being where I was at the moment. Okay, she made me to understand that the time you're having with your kids right now, you can't get it back. Never.
Yes.
You can never. She
Can't
made me
get
to
it
understand
back.
it. So look at how she had the conversation with me. It was a very brilliant conversation. She said
She didn't force it down on
no,
you.
she
She
didn't force
only
it.
told you what she felt, and you now felt okay. You can reason with it. It's not like
It was just like you have you picked your kids from school? I said yes. I'm just coming from school run. We talked. You guys
when you
talked.
start working, your children will be on school bus.
School bus.
You don't know what is happening. When you get back in the evening, they had even forgotten what happened to them.
Exactly. But once you pick your children from school, immediately you pick them from school. You see, the first 10 minutes,
That's when you can get
you get, I don't know
everything.
why I should mention it. Don't ever quarrel with your children's teacher. Never. Some people who used to tie wrapper to go and fight. That thing is so wrong. It's so wrong. Because there's a level of control, there's a level of impact and input that the teacher has on your child. That's why
Yes.
your child will be doing something. Say, I'll call your teacher. I'll call Miss So.
And they will be scared.
I'll call Miss this. I'll call Miss, and they will be scared.
See, maybe I might come up as a fighter. I will confront you like, madam, because I did not do this, that's why you're now misbehaving. But because I know that my child is in
there, do you get?
Because I know that out of the day, at least they spend like how many hours in school? 8
Up to
hours.
6 to 8 hours, yes.
Yes, because my kids they close by 3, they go by 7.
Imagine.
They spend more time. I don't want
With the
anybody to
teacher,
come
of course.
So I just kept and she noticed and she retraced her steps. So and I think I like that the fact that she not fighting. But you know that sometimes it's necessary.
See, let me tell you, even if you want to confront the teacher, the thing what it does is if your child knows that children can lie.
That's what I was telling you now. That they will test you with the lie.
Lie,
They'll bring small lie.
exactly.
If you take it,
If you take it, hey, you
they
buy
will
it
not
and
bring more.
so what you is about striking a balance. You have to make your child to understand that whatever your teacher does, you should tell me. I should know about it.
Yeah.
But even at that, some level of parenting control the teacher has on your child. Even your nannies, your help, they exercise some control because you're not there. There are some issues they have to handle while you're not there at that moment. So if you ruin it by messing the teacher up in front of the child, you're ruining 8 whole hours every day in the life of that child. 8 hours. That's a lot.
Yes, a lot.
That's a lot. So whatever be the case, no, don't fight.
See my kids. If you're doing that, I'll tell your
teacher. Hey, they'll comport. So if you mess that one up, you've lost that part.
So sorry. Your student and your
children's teacher.
You fight your children. Your question is: do you spank your children?
Yes.
I spank them.
I spank them. I'm not the parent. I'm not the one that does the major spanking. It's my husband. My husband is the one that I'm the gentle conversation, parent. But my husband is the collect basketballs. Like my husband is the one that was So, but they know that any day I spank you,
you really messed up.
No, you really did mess up. There has to be a place of the rod where you use the rod to correct a child. But then, while spanking a child, you have to draw the line so that the child understands that you're spanking the child, not being wicked. I remember asking my mom whether she was my mom.
Yes.
My mom flogged me. I was about 17. My mom used broom. To flog me, and the broom entered. So you can imagine how this my skin is. And I was teaching in a primary school. I was waiting for post-UME and all to enter university. And you flogged, and as in a full adolescent like that. That day I brought knife, cutlass,
Yeah.
bottle.
Talk about being extra.
everything I can see, I lined it up for her. I say,
Pick
let's
one.
end it today.
Pick one.
Finish me, because a mother cannot do this to her child. That was the day my mom stopped flogging me.
She has to stop since now.
Just so her stop, exactly. That was the day she stopped flogging me. So even when you're flogging your child, there is a way I will spank my child sometimes, especially my first child. And that one behaves like me too much. He'll just be one side. He won't cry. He'll just stay one side and be looking at you. Like, what do you mean?
Why did you flog me? Why? That's my second child.
So
it's not, he will not even look at you. He will cry that you flogged him. You will regret flogging him. You beg him. You beg him to the extent that he will sleep off while crying. Like, it feels like when you beat him, you betrayed him.
I get.
Because see, with my kids, I'm their friend first before anything. Like, we are playmates. And that's one thing I appreciate about giving birth to them. While I'm growing with my kids. So it feels like we are friends, we are playmates. So when I beat them, especially my second child, it feels betrayed. And that's when you will now understand that what you did is really wrong. Because see, the way I am back, I shout a lot. My voice, when I'm angry or when I'm trying to explain something I don't get it, my voice, I raise my voice. So they are used to the shouting mommy that she will shout. They will think, boy, see when that beating gets you.
They will know that it's serious.
They will know that it's immediately they'll sit down packing is necessary sometimes. That's it, because shouting my children is like they feel like it's normal.
Especially when it's coming from the mothers. I don't
give parenting advice. I have 3 different human beings in my house that I cannot use the same parenting technique
to give. Yeah.
My last baby, that one has a mind
of his own,
and he is just 2 years old. He will be 3 by December. He has a mind of his own. If we look at you like this, that is it me you're talking to?
Imagine.
It can't be.
And there is nothing you
and
can
he
do
will continue
about
doing
it.
what he's doing. And because he's so, if you see his stature, he's small.
So you know where to start from.
Like, if I catch this boy, so funny enough, he's the one teaching me the patience I didn't have with the other one. He has a mind of it.
For the spanking, you have to draw a line. When you're correcting a child, you tell him the reason why you're flogging him or her.
Yes.
Do you understand?
That's where talking to your kids comes in.
Yes.
Like, you have to tell them.
See where I'm flogging you. Look at the reason why I have to. Because if you just lash out and at the heat of that emotion, you don't know why you're lashing out. They don't know. They'll be confused, and they're like, this woman, she really okay or something.
Maybe she's not.
You know. And these children, if you're having kids in this our generation, you have to be very super intentional.
I'm telling you.
Super intentional. And another thing is, don't hit your kids when you're upset. Let's say a child broke this
TV, and as I came down, just told them that all of you get downstairs, because if I had spanked any of them,
you would
have ended up in just.
That's the thing.
I was in pain. I was not angry. I was in pain because it's a new thing. I was not angry. I was in pain. Do you know what to buy TV is in this
economy?
That was when I knew that I had self-control.
So no, but that's the best, because if you had beat them, you will now be wondering, why exactly are you beating them? Is it
because you now realize that the beating is more than what they
did? So, but if you calm down, allow yourself to cool off, and when you cool off, especially when it comes to destroying things.
Yes.
There was one that was happening. My child, I don't know what he broke. I think it was the TV stand broke. My husband spanked him. The nanny broke something. I said, please don't spank my children for breaking anything. No. Please. If you cannot spank nanny,
why are you
spanking your child? Do you understand it? So that's why I say it will make you to understand why are you flogging.
I even come back and meet you that. But when I broke this, why didn't you beat her?
So
it's something my children
can do. Do you understand? So if you now look at it, you understand that why are you beating this child because it's your child, or you're beating this child because this thing actually. Do you understand it?
And which is the latter. We are beating because
it's your child.
Moving to the next question. Do you believe in time out? Like when your kids do anything, do you tell them, oh yeah, go and face the wall, go to that corner. Me, I have nothing corner in this house, and my children, they are so scared of it. And guess what? It is not anywhere. It's just corner of the living room, but they don't like to face the wall. So go and face the wall.
I believe in that timeout, but I'm going to be very honest with you. I think they are used to having it in school and in church when they go. But for me, it's very funny. I find it very funny. So just like my son, my second son, if you tell him to go and face the naughty corner, he will be crying and crying and crying. Honestly, he will just go there like few seconds with his back. I don't know how to enforce it. I'm so tired to enforce it.
Mine, they will sit down and I'll say face the wall, but they will face the front and be watching.
Watching TV. So I'm too tired to
But
enforce
the fact
it,
that
really.
they are in that corner,
That
they know that
corner.
they cannot move.
And he will always cry, especially my son. My second son, he will be crying about the place. I find it very funny. And another thing that I heard from someone, she said she runs a school, Sha. So she said that she doesn't call it naughty corner again. You know, we are trying to be intentional in parenting, and there are some words that you're not supposed to use. So naughty is not a good word to use on your child.
Oh, Hannah, I learned something.
Naughty is not a good word. So instead of calling it naughty corner, she calls it thinking corner.
Oh, go there and think about your life.
So you see what I learned from her.
Go there and think about your life.
Thinking corner, that it's not good for you to say
Naughty corner.
Naughty is a bad word. Bad word. Silly is a bad word. You know, stupid is a bad word. Even though they use stupid, I don't know how it entered.
From schools. I noticed something. When my kids are in session, they come home with new words. They come home with new words, and when they're on holiday, you know, sometimes they forget those words. And I noticed that when they go to school, that was why. You remember this new videos and these cartoons that they are introducing homosexual whatever in it, and parents will be like, "Bye, Felicia. They are not watching it again in their house. Their kids will not be watching it again." And I was like, "Okay, but your kids go to school." There are some parents that they don't mind their kids watching it. And you know that kids, when they go to school, they have conversation with their friends
about the things they watch. Yes.
And so the child that watched, is it not better your kids watched in a controlled environment where you can tell them? Because you see these things does not mean you should do it.
Yes.
Because they are doing, someone else is doing this doesn't make it good, doesn't make it make sense. If you are doing something and you can't tell your mom about it, then
that's
it's bad.
wrong.
Just imagine you are saying, "Oh, your child is not going to watch it," and then another child that is your child's sibling is watching that thing. That's why I would always say, even if whatever it is we are doing for our kids, we are not doing it for our kids, we are doing it for other people, children that they will meet up with. Because a parent that is just winging it, the child will come and meet our home that way we are trying to work on. And then that one, children, they pick things from their peers faster than they pick from you.
Most times, these children can also pick these words from parents. Like, I remember when we started calling our security man 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. See, you are 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. One day, we were just taking my children to school. My second son was when I started calling him 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. I said, no. He's the security man 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. Yes, he is. But are you allowed to call him 𝐦𝐤? No. 𝐦𝐤 is a bad word. Don't ever.
Yes, that's true. They pick from us as well.
They pick from us as well. So I warned him, don't you ever.
We just have to be cautious as parents.
Intentional.
Very intentional.
It's not easy, and sometimes you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. So when you make mistakes, don't give up. Continue.
And that's one thing again, mistakes as parents. I always make sure my kids know that I can make mistakes. Sorry is very easy for me to say. Mom, you did this. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. So that when they make mistakes, they won't feel like they can't
pick up from
what do you think is the least useful item you bought while shopping for baby? Let's say from your first baby now. That's when you realize the things that you bought.
Yes. So because of the way my first baby shopping, I wasn't even the one that did it.
Okay.
I was trying to get visa to leave the country to go and have my baby. So I didn't want to shop at all until I traveled, until I had that Kelina hospital dragging wahala. I shared this story on my supernatural birth experience. So while I was in the hospital and they said we wanted to do emergency CS and all. And now my husband now called a family friend to help me to start shopping. So basically, she was the one that did the shopping. Do you understand? So amongst everything that she bought for me, the most useless,
That was useless.
the most useless was the pantyhose that she bought. I had a boy.
Wait, did she know you were having a boy?
I think she knew. I cannot tell whether she
But she
knew or
bought
not.
panty.
She bought pantyhose in colors, in packs. So this was
You
this
guys, that's
pantyhose.
shocking.
I'm telling you, normal pantyhose, different colors, the colorful one in packs. That's the most useless thing. In fact, I used it so it will not be as if
You want pantyhose? Please, what's the pictures?
I have picture
You want
of him.
pantyhose?
He will wear a bodysuit and then pantyhose. I'm like, what is this? What?
In colors,
Say
my God.
colors, say colors.
So that she shall not waste.
Please, you shall not waste. One of it, I still use this for my baby girl now. Do you get? And she bought it 0 to 3 months. Plenty. Do you understand me? So I think that was the most useless, another very useless thing I bought. Because I was a working mom, I speedily bought one. I'm not going to mention the name of the brand. One breast pump.
Oh.
Now it's not useless because I didn't need a breast pump, but because that product was
It
just
did not
whack.
work.
It didn't work. It was even hurting me, making me
Oh, wow.
bleed until I now finally got a 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤 breast pump now that
Okay.
my brother-in-law sent from the UK. So I think, in fact, that pantyhose is the most useless. It has to be the most useless.
For a boy.
A boy. So
No, that's it. That ticks it for me. That ticks it for me. So you guys, you have come to the end of this video. I'm sure you guys had fun watching. If you've watched this video to this end, smash the like button because we had a really, really lovely conversation. I really enjoyed filming this. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. So you guys, we have a video on her channel as well. So when you are done with this one, just go over, watch and subscribe, like, share, and all those good stuff, you guys. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Aww.
Group hug.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you for coming to my channel.
Thank you.
I think you're my second guest. I had my brother.
You've had a brother. Okay. Brother tag. Yes. Yes.
So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.